Fangio, the man behind the top defense from the Bears, as they're now their defensive coordinator. What's your take on this, guys? Yeah, so that's all going on there with the stuff going on with the NFL, but we do still have another new, very more important piece of NFL news right now, and it's kind of a debate happening with one of the worst teams in the NFL last year, and it is the Arizona Cardinals. And the question is, this is a big question. Hudson is a Cardinals fan. So yeah, that's the thing there. Take that into this. Should the Cardinals trade Josh Rosen and target the Heisman winner Kyler Murray from Oklahoma? Well, do they want to transform from the worst team in the NFL to the best team in the Big 12? We don't know. What is your take on this? We'll start with Hudson, who's the Cardinals fan in this situation.
Well, this rumor is complete bullshit because, excuse my language, but basically our new head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, who I'm very excited that we have, talked about picking Kyler Murray number 1 in October, okay? And obviously, he's now the head coach in January. So people are talking about how he wants to pick Kyler Murray. That's false. We're sticking with Rosen. If you look on the Cardinals page, you can see a quote from him talking about Rosen, talking about how much he likes him. You're right, he's not going to just not draft Kyler Murray, okay? We're going to get Nick Bosa. That's who we're going to draft number 1. Nick Bosa is the best defensive player in the draft, best player in the draft. We're going to draft him. We're going to be a great defensive force. So this rumor that Kyler Murray is going to get picked and we're going to trade Rosen is not happening. There's no evidence besides that one thing to back it up.
But Matt, do you think the Cardinals should stick with Josh Rosen here? Has he proven enough in 1 year to keep going?
Well, I mean, obviously last year Josh Rosen was just thrown into the fire in a very toxic situation. You had a very toxic coach in Steve Wilks, just throw him in. He was just like, let's see what you could do. I mean, Sam Bradford's not really performing well. Josh Rosen, I mean, needless to say, he played very awful. He did show flashes of him being a good quarterback, but next year, he's under a great coach in Cliff Kingsbury. He's a very offensive-minded coach. He's going to be something similar. He could be something similar to Sean McVay. I highly doubt it. I don't know. But you saw his success with Patrick Mahomes, who's performing tonight. And definitely I think Josh Rosen can try and emulate that same game that Patrick Mahomes has, maybe in a sense. I have no idea, but Josh Rosen's put into this new situation. And you might see a different type of Josh Rosen come into next year.
All right,
I agree with that. Josh Rosen said he was taking a little bit of a break, regathering himself. Being put in a situation where it's fourth quarter, 5 minutes left against the Bears is just a really hard way to start your first career start. I think, he's definitely going to bounce back. Cliff Kingsbury really good. We have a new defensive coordinator. Finally, a lot of people don't know this, but this season we had a good defense, but it wasn't as good as it's been before because we played a 4-3 defense. Now, a 4-3 defense is basically the only way to apply pressure to the quarterback is to blitz.
That's what the old Cardinals defensive coordinator James Bettcher did with his term with the Cardinals, and he's trying to emulate that into the Giants defense right now.
And basically, so now we didn't like what we saw because we weren't blitzing. We were just running a 4-3 with no blitzes. And so we switched back to – now we're trying to switch back to 3-4. We hired Vance Joseph as a defensive coordinator. And it should look pretty – I'm very excited to see how our defense is going to look because we're going to have Nick Bosa and Chandler Jones, who are the two Chandler Jones is already a top 5 defensive lineman, and then add Nick Bosa. Is crazy. Yeah.
Well, obviously Nick Bosa is not guaranteed. I mean, you could see a team that definitely might want to trade up. You could see someone like the Denver Broncos or a team that definitely needs a quarterback like the Jacksonville Jaguars. They might be very impatient, and they might offer something very good to the Cardinals to get a player like Kyler Murray or Dwayne Haskins that they think can change their franchise for the better.
And also, I think Kyler Murray is too small. He's like Russell Wilson, but smaller than Russell Wilson. And a small quarterback can be good in this league. I'm not saying he can't be. I'm just saying, I don't know.
It's gonna be rough. It's definitely gonna be more risky. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see.
Golf is a success in other sports like baseball. You just want to hope that he just sticks to that one sport of football, so then you can see him succeed.
Yeah, same thing. Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson can draw a lot of comparisons, especially that baseball-football comparison, as Russell Wilson is going to be showing up for the Yankees in spring training. I read. That's interesting.
Dude, his early first-round exit.
Yeah. So, he was a pretty big, pretty all-around sports talent. Very hard to see a dual sport athlete take it all the way to the majors. It's not something that you see very often. All right, so yeah, interesting take there on that. Both of our expert panelists, I guess you'd say, they're saying no on this rumor that's coming up. But we're going to go now from the NFL to music, where we got a platinum-selling rapper, Lil Uzi Vert, pretty amazing, announcing that he's done with music. So he was really considered a strong contender for the Grammy's Best New Artist Award just a few years ago. He posted a story to Instagram thanking his fans, but declaring that he wanted to wake up in 2013. He deleted all music content from his account, leaving only a series of selfies. And of course, one of his biggest songs this year has been New Paddock. He also created Exo Tour Life. And a bunch of other big hits. And I mean, both of you guys are Lil Uzi fans, so what is your reaction to this? Is he for real here? Is he going to be quitting music?
I'll just read the whole thing that he said. He said, I want to take the time out to say I thank each and every one of my supports, but I'm done with music. I deleted everything. I want to be normal. I want to wake up in 2013. Thank you, love you. You are free.
Yes, this is before he was famous.
Yes. And Nav, who is his good friend, said, if Lil Uzi Vert quits, I'm out too.
Interesting.
But here's the thing about this, okay? He's just doing this because he waited too long for his album, and now he wants to...
it's not necessarily his fault, though.
No, I mean, it is. Because
Tyreek Hill just scored a huge touchdown.
Oh. Travis Kelce, did you say?
Tyreek Hill.
Oh, Tyreek Hill. Oh.
Basically, just like, he waited too long. It's not his fault. It is his fault. The label said that he's ready to. It's all on him. And he's just trying to get the hype back on it, so everyone wants it to release. And we'll see what happens with that. But honestly, I'm also kind of sick of it. I'm a Uzi fan, but I'm kind of done waiting, and I waited too long for this album. If it drops, it drops. It's cool, but I don't want to keep waiting. If it doesn't drop on Friday, which is what I think it's going to drop, because he's hyping it up, kind of. So if it doesn't drop on Friday, I'm just going to give up.
Yeah. So is it actually scheduled for Friday?
It's not scheduled, but I'm pretty sure he's just trying to get hype for it to drop it on Friday.
Friday's usually the day where popular artists like to drop their pieces of work. And something also to just take a look at is that a year ago, on January 11th, 2018, a year before he posted that on his story, he said on Twitter, if I'm sad, just know something coming. So that's just a little foreshadowing to show that maybe Uzi's actually for real, but obviously you never know with Lil Uzi Vert. He's never going to drop his music. All we just have to do is pray, really, and just to see that he's aware. The thing with being a Lil Uzi fan is that you have to be so patient. It's almost amazing. You have to pray if something's on his story, let alone his Instagram. If you see a notification that Lil Uzi Vert posted on Instagram, you're rushing to your phone. That's the thing with being his fan. But just to see him talk about music is very exciting, even though it's for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, so that's it. You just gotta. It's a very interesting perspective, because I'm not a very big Lil Uzi fan, to be honest. I do like. It would be nice if he came out with some good music. He did some good songs before. I mean, I would really say he's a rapper. He's kind of more like something in between, maybe like a Travis. I think there's a lot more like a Travis Scott type without the rapping bits in it. But yeah, still very, very talented artist for sure. I kind of had that kind of aspiration for a little bit to be a rock star. And it's going to be very interesting to see if, like you guys say, he's going to, or Hudson said he's going to drop on Friday, but it'll be interesting. All right, that does it for the first ever For the Win. Thank you so much to Hudson Alexander and Matt Janis for joining us. I'm going to go join them and watching them watch the game.
Thank you for having us. Hopefully we'll be able to share more opinions on some certain things coming in the future.
For sure. All right, this has been For the Win. We'll see you next week. Got to go watch that Chiefs game. That's it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. We're back next week. This has been For the Win, everyone. If you like the show, please be sure to subscribe. And we are available wherever you get your podcasts. Please excuse that awful attempt to play a Lil Uzi Vert song. Yeah, hopefully Lil Uzi does not commit or quit music. All right, we're back next week. This has been For the Win. Thank you so much.